Hi, welcome. This is DK Cyber from Cyber One Defense. Thank God you finally come to this platform or you're finally here with us. So this channel, we talk about cybersecurity stuffs, we talk about digital forensic, ethical hacking, pen testing, everything about technology, right from beginning to advanced, right? So we believe that when you understand the concept, you can do more wild things. You understand? Yes, that's all the thing. So why don't you consider subscribing to this channel right there so that anytime you put something, you get to know right now. Today, we're going to talk about how to unlock or bypass PIN on a mobile phone. So, we are doing this legitimately. So, we are talking about instances whereby there's a diseased person in the family and all that the person left is a mobile phone. You need to have an evidence. So, you can see that this phone here, it's locked. It's locked. I don't know the password, right? So, how can we really get into it, right? Be able to bypass the pin and get to it, right? So there are so many ways of doing this, right? You can go through doing a brute pin or a brute force pin, or you can also use what we call the enterprise solutions, right? Or the corporate solutions. Those are expensive, like the UFED, around $4,000, $5,000, and the rest, right? Or you can also find a way to get into the phone and go to the shelf and go to the app, the system app, then you delete the key from there. So we're going to go through all that, right? So today, this video is for educational content. We are not here to promote scam or any hack, right? So thanks very much for joining me. So today, my master machine is going to be Kali as usual. So I'll open terminal here, right? So I'm just going to open terminal here. So you see here, I'm going to go through the process with you step by step, right? So let me be a sudo user, put in my password so that I will now not use the sudo request. So what I'm going to do here is that we're going to go online and look for what we call clogs at GitHub, right? So that is for bypassing a lock screen, right? So here, this is the program here, and the program does a lot of good things for you, right? So you could see here that the program does what a brute pin, that's for pin unlocking. It does also 6-pin unlocking, and also does a lot of things for you. I'm going to share with you the requirements you need for these. So you need a cable. So I have a cable connected, and you need ADB and all the computer, right? So I have to just install the program by going through a basic installation formula, right? So that's just doing a git clone. I'm just doing this with you. So here, this one I'm doing it from the desktop, right? So it's going to be saved onto the desktop for me. So it's cloning the repository. That means that it's downloading all the stuffs needed for these tutorial, right? So that is easily, right? So it's downloading for you based on your internet connectivity. It's going to download for you, but Africa were really down in terms of internet. So today's internet is not as fast as possible, but it's going to work fine for you wherever you're watching me from. So yours will go faster, right? Nice one. So now we are done. So what are we going to do is that we're going to go into the directory right here. We do LSCM. Now you can see that here we have a file here called a setup. You should have a file here called setup. So let's look at it. So we have this here, info post here. So let's look at this. So yes, we have this one, clogs here, right? So now if you do the ls minus al, you can see that that's the clog. Where's the clog? Is somewhere here. So yes, so the clog, we have to make it here. We have to make it what executable, right? So that is what the manual says here. It's just easy. So we've done this one. You just copy this. So change mode plus X, like simple, right? I want to go with you with this. So just do copy and paste. It's not difficult, right? You get to the next one here. Really sorry about that. You go to the next one here. Then the next one here is just here. Then you do the sudo bash, right? So you just sudo bash the program here. So just like that, you paste it there, paste on the clipboard here, the program starts running for you right now. So you can see that the phone here is locked. We really don't know the passcode, right? We don't know the passcode, right? We don't know the passcode to this one. So that is what we are trying to get into it right now. So I told you from the onset that there are so many ways of doing this right now. So here we can actually find randomization or find numbers. So you can see that the pin could be 9754, right? So this program is going to do a random for you. So it's going to start running. If it's a 4-pin, it's going to do 0001, 0002, 003 as fast as possible, right? But you remember that your phone, when you are trying to put in the pin, at when you try maybe 3 or 4 times, it tells you to try maybe 30 seconds time. So the program has been developed that it also goes through the same process. So it's not something that you can just do it within a second. It depends on the pin, the strength of the pin, right? So that is that. And also we can also do other formulas. So here what we're going to do is that we're going to go through the option 2. So you can see here on the phone here, so the phone is here with me. You are seeing that the second camera is picking the screen of the phone here with me, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to option 2 here, right? Option 2 here, the phone light is off, but let's look at something here like so let me just do enter here, and you see something happen. All right, so it said that too many incorrect attempts. To try 26 seconds, right? So you see that is it, and you see on the screen that this device is also going through that, right? So it means that it has tried for some time, right? So you can see that it's also telling me to wait. So it's going based on the because you see I have 11 seconds. So after the second has gone, it will try again. So if your pin is that strong, it takes more time to really crack it, but it's going to do the job for you, right? So it's going to do the job for you. It's going to open for you, right? It's going to open for you. So let's see, right? So it's going to try again. You see the program is going to try again after it's 30 seconds, right? So after 30 seconds, you see on my screen, it try again. Yeah, it try again, and it's still trying, right? It's still trying. So that is what is really happening on the screen. It's open for us easy, right? It has opened, right? Because the password was quite easy, right? The password, because the first one, it has to take so much time because the password was somewhere 999, right? So it has to run a lot. So I just have to make the password maybe 0001, and it was just able to open it for you easily like that. So you could see it just open, right? So if you, I can just off the screen again and do it again for you to see. It will just clear because I've just done the password to be 0001. So exactly just go through the first process and it's done, right? So that is what this CLOX does. So it could crack the password for you, but it depends on how the password is like, right? So if the password, if the password is like 6 pin, that means you know the combination is going to run for you. So here you could see like it. I just did it 00001. So enter like that, and you see it's open for me just like that, right? Yes, because the password was quite easy, 0000. Right, so it just ran the first command for me, and that is it. Now, the other ways to that I can really get into these device, right? I can get into this device easily, right? Or be able to get the password. And that one, I'm not doing a pin brute force, I'm not doing, but that one, what that we need to do is that this phone has to be ADB, it has to be debudded, right? Right. So it has to, normally the phones, you go to the USB side, debudded. So if the phone is not debudded and it's locked, it's a problem. But if it has already been debudded from that side, some phones, a lot of them are debudded, right? They do it because they want to transfer files from the phone to a computer. So you have to enable USB debugging and all those things. So that one, we can easily do something like that. You see here, I can say ADB devices. I can list out the devices, sorry, ADB devices, check the device. So you can see that this phone here, this is a device here. So what that I'm going to do is that it's only one device connected. Good. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to say ADB, then I say shell, right? I just need a shell, right? So here I'm in it. So I'm in the phone. The phone is for Galaxy A13, right? That's the phone here, Galaxy A13. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to find a way to go into the data system to clear a file called .py and the rest, right? .key.log. So you can do that. But I'm just going to show that's going to be in our advanced video. So I'm just going to show you how it's done right here. So you go to the system right here, the system right here. So here system, we are in there. So when you do ls here, you can see a lot of files here. So you look through, then look for a file called .log or .key, right? So that is what is going to happen, right? Then you just delete it and you have the lock deleted from the phone, right? But that one, the reason I'm not doing that, right, because that one, you need to be, the phone has to be ADB and all those things, right? So that is other way that you can do. We would explore into that functionality on the course because it's going to come on the other episode, right? So today I'll just use what we call the CLOC, an open source tool for you to be able to crack into or bypass a lock pin, right? Yes, there are other ways. I said earlier on that you can also use what we call the enterprise solution like UFED and the rest. Those are used by security agencies, but they're expensive. You and I, we can't do it. We can't use. So if you go through this way, you have to also develop your own software or solution for this, right? So you are still following us, right? And you're going to get a lot. We are going to learn a lot on this platform, right? So it's about understanding how you'll be able to do it, and then you deploy a solution for it, right? I tell you, there are two ways of attacking, right? Either exploiting a vulnerability or developing a vulnerability for it. You exploit a vulnerability in a system, or you develop an exploit to go and exploit a device, right? So two things: either you find a vulnerability to hack into it, or then you develop your own exploit. That's where you develop a ransomware, malware, and all those things to go and give you an access to something on the device. So all those are technologies that we're going to explore further on this course. This is DK Cyber. Thanks very much for following us, and we would bring you a lot on this platform. Consider subscribing to this platform because there's a lot for you to learn. Thanks.